Good morning. It's Paula Rollins with Paula Rollins Coaching, and I didn't really have a specific topic to talk about this morning, and I did. There's been a lot of stuff going on out there, and I have a lot of friends who are really I have a lot of friends who are empathic and they really feel the energy around them, and it's the negative energy, and there's a whole heck of a lot of negative energy out there right now, isn't there? Let me, I, oops, I got my low power already. I've been a busy girl this morning. So I'm still enjoying my lemon juice or lemon water, my morning lemon water. I have a new routine. My new routine is that I start out the day getting up, and before I walk, I have 16 ounces of freshly juiced celery juice. So I'd miss my lemon water. And so when I get back from that, and then I had a Facebook Live for the group for the Release Energy, Release and Energize group, because we're doing that 7-day muffin top release. Hi, Maria. So I'm just getting my water now. And how are things affecting you right now? There's a lot of stuff going on at the border, the United States border. I have a lot of friends, excuse me, I have a lot of friends who are really, hey, I love you, Maria. Thanks for tuning in. There's a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people are really getting down, and there's a lot of angry energy swirling, and it sounds a little woo-woo, but we have our main six senses, but there are more things out there than we can see. Just like we can't see God, we can't see the energy that flies around us. Although it's scientifically proven, there's a lot of scientific validity around that. We can't see it. It's not necessarily part of our everyday world, but it's there, and you can feel it. And reading the newspaper. Reading the newspaper. I need to hear a talk like this today too, Maria. So I'm creating it. So there's my self-care. Cheers to that. So I'm drinking my mixed drink of lemon juice and water. So what do you do when things are just slamming at you? And I got a kickstart on that because Monday I got to take our slowly dying cat with cancer to the vet and have her put down, and she's such a sweet girl. I didn't post anything on Facebook about it. She's so beautiful. She had a cavalier attitude. She was just nobody was going to tell her how to be. She was going to be. She's the only animal who ever attached herself to my husband, and he doesn't like pets. And she just decided, you're going to do this, and he acquiesced. And so she had a way about her that I learned a lot from, in just going through and not being manipulated by your environment. So what a lesson. And at the same time, there's this sense of loss. So, and I feel like right now, in America, a lot of us feel this huge sense of loss of what we constructed in our heads. This is America. This is part of who I am. This is where I live, and this is not what it looks like. And there's some things going on with the border, with the immigration, with the little kids being separated. It's a really big deal. And it resonates with a lot of people that resonate. Hi, Carolyn. It resonates with a lot of people in how that's affecting them, even though they're not right there. And we're starting to, at least for me, I can tell you that, there have been wars in other countries, and there hasn't been a war here in a couple hundred years on our land. So, I might have to plug in. Maybe I'll just make this a little shorter. It's going to warn me. If I die, that's why I'm not really dying. If my phone dies, I'll pop back on. Maybe I'll walk around for a minute and get an outlet and plug in, just because I don't want to lose you. So what do you do? What do you do with that? That's some really negative energy. Hold on. I don't have enough hands. Well, one of the things that I do is I keep walking. I keep on with my routine. I keep on with a way of being that feels right to me. And I start to go inward a little bit, but not holding up, not going into depression, not going into, let's see. I got the right stuff here. Let me just plug this in first so we don't lose each other. And there we go. Okay, almost set here. Almost. Come a little closer. There we go. Plug you in. There, we're plugged in. Yay, okay. So what I do, I make sure that I get some exercise. Movement is imperative for this because movement releases the hormones, those stress hormones. And even though you're not physically stressed right here, right now with you, the environment around you creates a sense of stress. It creates an angst. So movement, you want, and I talked about that in the Release and Energize for other reasons. Movement, we are designed to move, and that's part of our release system to let go of things that are we feel danger right now. We feel endangered. We feel like North Korea could potentially start a nuclear war with us, or we could start one with them. That's even a horrific thought. Things feel out of control. So, and now I'm getting you all riled up, right? So instead of focusing on the things feeling out of control, we want to start focusing on something. I'm going all over the place here. We want to start focusing on something that's a little more positive. So we want movement. We want to incorporate movement in our day, even if it spurts and starts here and there. 20 minutes, and if you're really stressed, a half hour to an hour, if you can fit it in, when you can fit it in, make it a priority. Really, it is a priority right now. When you feel endangered and it's not something that you can actually do something about, but you feel this danger around you, your cortisol goes up. You can't help it. That's how we're wired. So in order to help that wiring to serve you better, you need movement. You also, so physically, movement is the thing you want to do. If you can get some intense movement, cardio, and if you're here, say hi. If cardio is anything with cardio, dancing, something that creates joy for you. So we've got movement, we've got something that creates joy. We've got, what else did I say? Still going all the way around here. Okay, and so movement, something that creates joy. And what is that for you? What is it that creates joy? Is it getting together with friends? Is it having a phone call with somebody you love? Is it reading a book that's really engaging, that takes you to another place? Harry Potter. Now that has its own danger, but you're not living in it. Maybe it's going to the beach. Maybe it's getting out for a walk in the woods. Woods walking is fabulous for that. They've done scientific studies around walking through the woods and how that decreases your cortisol and your adrenaline levels. Yay! So we don't happen to have a woods. We do have desert. Or you can look at my my video last Friday on grounding. That's a really good one too, to just reconnect to the earth and find that joy, find that connection again. So those are some ways to start to kind of chill out, chillax, and then go inward. If you do prayer, if you do meditation, this is a good opportunity to include this in your self-care and get grounded with the sense of who you are. Because the only thing that we have control over in our lives really is ourselves, and not physically even. I mean, when you think about the people on the border, once they come over the border, they don't have physical control of a lot of things in their lives. They only have control of their thoughts. So that's the most key of all, is choosing your thoughts. So I have to look back on this because I didn't make notes or anything. So we've got movement. We've got creating a space for joy. We've got the grounding, and then we've got the meditation, going inward, and creating the thoughts. Then all of these are ways that you can start to step into creating thoughts that are serving you. So what are the thoughts that you can create? And it goes beyond thoughts. That thought is just the first part. So we have a circumstance, and this goes back to what Allison Crow, my buddy Allison Crow, has introduced. We have a circumstance. So what I would suggest is choose a circumstance that is particularly bothersome to you. Let's just take circumstance of the immigration issue. So think of the immigration issue, the circumstance, and what is your thought about it? And instead of the thought that comes up that is creating angst, what is the thought that you can create about that? So what is a thought of something that makes you feel better? Now, nothing about that situation seems like it could make you feel better. However, and I don't want to get political on this, but one thought is, oh, here is an opportunity for me to step into being part of a change. I can connect with another person who has some power to start making some movement to make this better. I can connect with a congressman or a senator. I can start raising funds for a legal account. They actually have some fundraisers out there right now. I can start creating some funds, or I can donate, or I can meditate or pray to make a difference for them. And that thought is going to move you in a more positive direction so that you can feel better, you can release and reduce the production of more cortisol and adrenaline, and you can start to take action. And when you start to move toward that, then you get healthier, and you also potentially improve a situation that was creating you angst and instead can be turned to good. So those are my suggestions today. And I'm curious which one of those sits the best and sits the easiest with you. It seems like the easiest one for you to do, to step into. The simplest one is to go out and stand barefoot on the ground. It doesn't take very much time to start to do that. And which one is going to resonate with you the most? Which ones are you going to try? Just to step in, and that's not just for the chaos that's going around. This is an everyday thing. This is self-care. This is self-care. And we get away from that in our busy, busy lives with our culture. It's, you have the routine, you wake up, you get breakfast, you go to work, or, depending on what your schedule is with, day shift, night shift. My husband's on day shifts right now. He alternates. You have the routine. And it's easy to get just caught up in that and just be on automatic and be on this treadmill through life. And that doesn't provide good self-care. I am a volunteer on a 911 help site for people who are first responders. And they are giving a lot of care out there for others, and they don't get their own self-care because of the kind of work that they do. We get caught up in the worldly things when really it serves us best, yes, to get caught up in some of that and then bring ourselves back to our bodies, to our souls, to our minds, and address all three pieces of that. So all the things that I've suggested are all ways to start to tune in to your body with movement, to your soul with going inward in prayer and meditation, and even grounding, with your mind, with starting to work through the thoughts and shifting the thoughts so that you can start to take action. And then physically go back into the body, because it all is connected, to reduce those hormones for you so that you can keep a healthy body. It's the only one you get, so you may as well take care of it so you can live in it as long as possible and keep it healthy so it's nice to live in it. It's not a broken down house. And take care of yourself so that you can have that joy in your life and bring that joy back. So go dance. Read a book, go to a movie, take a walk, pray, meditate, go stand on the ground barefooted, get grounded, find a thought to change and make a difference, and step forward into that with a little bit of action. Which one are you going to do? And this is Paula Rollins with Paula Rollins Coaching, and I will see you on Monday. Not sure what food yet. If you would like to join, there's still time to join. We are on day 3 of our Release and Energize 7-day Release the Muffin Top. Yeah, it's going away. You can have yours do that too. You can join. That's the Release and Energize group. You can put Release down below if you want to join that, and I'll add you. Or you can just look up Release and Energize. I'll put the link in the notes for this. I hope to see you. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. I'm going to go get ready for our presentation. Hey, Patty, sorry, you just joined at the end and we're just saying goodbye. So check the replay. If you're joining, replay viewers, please step in and make a comment on what we've talked about and which ones you're going to be stepping into. And I will see you on the flip side. Bye-bye for now.